Happy Friday, everybody, and welcome to another brand new live episode of the John and Wendy Show. I am the John part of that equation, the outlaw John Rocha, joined as always by the great Wendy Lee. How are you, Wendy?
I'm doing so good. I had a Disney day the other day.
What?
It was cold, but it was fun. And then the weather won out at the end, and I was like, I think I'm ready to go home. I can't feel anything.
Was it also rainy or just cold?
It looked like it was going to rain. There
Okay.
were a lot of dark clouds, but luckily for us, the rain never came. It was just freezing.
Okay.
For California, it was freezing. Whenever the wind
Okay.
picked up, I was like, no, thanks. So after like 6 hours at the park, I'm like, I think I'm done.
Yeah. You can hit that wall at any park, I think, when the cold starts coming for sure. And
Yes.
it's not like they sell big, heavy coats over there usually in California. So you got to pay the price a little bit. You got to bundle up just in case. But yeah, I've been there.
Yeah.
Lord knows. That's why I was very happy to be a wand keeper, because you get to wear that big, thick coat for the winter days. But during those summer days, walking out there in June or July, when you see the snow, fake snow on the buildings, but it's like 98 degrees, it is not easy. So
That's right. It's always winter in Hogsworth.
yeah, it's always
winter. So they didn't have like a lighter option for you guys even in the summer?
Oh, no, not even in the summer. No, the jacket is the jacket, son. You just deal with it. So
Oh my God.
yeah, that's why I always when I would do my sets in the summertime, I used to get there just a few minutes early before the set so I can wipe off my brow and be ready to go without being sweaty in the room. Thank God the rooms were kept super cold so that you wouldn't have to sweat or anything like that, and give that vibe feeling like you're in the snow of Hogwarts. Which was really cool. Yeah. So but yeah, we're going to get into some theme park stuff on the show today. We're going to talk about a new trailer for this series coming to Apple TV, Pachinko. We're also going to talk about so many things going on in terms of TIFF. We're going to talk some stuff in what's trending, get some K-pop corner updates, talk about that Annalyn McCord poem. So much going on here. And we're also going to take your questions and your comments, send them in as bits, or send them in through the Streamlabs address, which is right above our heads right there. So send it in there on these awesome new graphics that Tushka did for us. So please send in any kind of support or any love that you want to send in to us as we go along. And if you're watching later on YouTube, thanks for watching it on YouTube. Hit a like button and leave a comment down below about anything we're going to talk about here, Wendy. All right, where shall we go here?
I think we should start off with what a lot of people, like, I can't get away from it, and I guess it's a part of the TikTok algorithm, so I did it to myself. But they just recently had I think it's two separate things, but so that's unclear. But they had a preview of the Star Wars hotel, and we can call it the Galactic Starcruiser, because even though it is a hotel, it doesn't go anywhere. It is meant to feel like the equivalent of a cruise ship. Right. And so, you and I have discussed on the show how much this, I guess, experience would cost, because it's not typically just staying at a Star Wars themed hotel. There's actually pre-planned activities. There's storylines, food, and all of that, I believe, is included, other than alcohol, just like you would if you went on a cruise ship.
Sure.
So recently, they did have a invited press and /influencers as well that were able to go, and they did like a 2-night stay actually. Wow. So the people that I've been waiting for a video from, and part 1 is up. It's from Ordinary Adventures, that is run by Peter Sciaretta, that you may know from Slash Film. Yeah, exactly. Him and Kitra have this awesome YouTube channel that I follow just because I know, his work as a journalist. He's very fair. He will kind of write about his excitement about things, but yet also remaining unbiased and can look at it from a critical point of view. So I knew that his and Kitra's review was one that I could trust. Like, if they didn't like something, they'd be like, so yeah, this is what it is. So I've been looking forward to it. But prior to this, the embargo technically doesn't lift for like 2 to 3 days or something like that. This was 3 days ago when they first embarked on their trip to the Galactic Starcruiser. Right. And not them, but a website called Click Orlando had or apparently like leaked some stuff, like a room tour and of like one of the dinner shows that they shouldn't have. It was taken down pretty quickly, but things on the internet never stay
Yeah.
gone. So I actually had like saved some videos just in case. But nonetheless, embargo has lifted. Everybody's talking about it. So I would love to like dive into this a little bit. And I think we should start with how much
Oh,
the
yeah.
price was, just to kind of remind everybody. So
Yeah.
we had talked about at the beginning when they first announced this Galactic Starcruiser, that it was going to be super immersive experience. You know, you were going to be able to dress up in like a Star Wars garb. If you don't have it, you can like buy and or maybe rent, because they let
Yeah.
you do that on cruise ships too. Like if you forgot to pack like a nice outfit for dinner with the captain or something like that, then you can essentially rent it. So the cost for a 2-night stay. Okay, let me just go through the variety. So rates are going to vary depending on how many people and what different rooms, configurations. So it is thus a standard cabin, which is 1 queen bed and 2 bunk beds and a 1 wall pull-out bed. They have a Galaxy class suite, which is 1 queen bed and 2 wall pull-down beds. And then they have the Grand Captain suite, which is 2 queen beds. So that sounds pretty big for a cabin that's supposed to be on a cruise ship. 2 bunk beds and 2 wall pull-down beds, which could essentially sleep if you want to like go max of capacity, get like kind of Comic-Con style and fit as many people as you can. So 2 queen beds that can fit 4 people essentially. 2 bunk beds, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You could fit 8 people into that one room if they would allow it. And that is the room that John has just pulled up. As you can see, that is the queen bed. And then to the right of that photo, you can see the 2 little, those are bunk beds for the kitties. So in Peter and Kitra's video, it's like a 1-hour video. It's only part 1. They went with another person that helped them film, or they just happened to be rooming together. I'm unclear, but it's clear that they know each other and they work together. The guy is about 5'10" or 5'11", and when he was climbing into the bunk bed, I was like, oh, he's not going to fit. Like, these are made for kids. He actually fit just fine with room.
Wow.
He was able to stretch out completely. There's little wall plugs. There's little lights in there. And again, like, I get you're paying a lot of money for, which we're going to get into in 2 seconds. I know you're paying a lot of money to go, but like, if I'm paying a lot of money to go on a cruise trip, I'm not staying in my room. That's not the point. That's not the point. Then if you want to just stay in your room and have a nice experience, then check in at, there's like a really cool hotel at the Animal Kingdom where you can have like the giraffes come up to your window. Like, do that if you're going to just stay in your room and like have a relaxing time. There's nothing wrong with that. But anyways, so here's the estimated price, and I don't know if this has changed, but it is for 2 guests per cabin. The price is $1,209 per guest per night. So that averages to be $4,809. If you want to do a 3-guest one, it totals to be $5,299
per person.
That's total.
Okay.
For 2 nights.
Okay.
Strap in. Here's the price for 4 guests per cabin for the 2 nights. $5,999, essentially $6,000.
$6,000 for 4 people. That's
for 4 people. How much is that to split? $749, $750 a person.
$750 a person per night. Yeah. But you're all stuck in that like kind of area, right? You're all stuck in that room, the bunks. You're not even sleeping in like a comfortable queen bed. All 4 of you, and there isn't that much room. So it's to simulate the feeling that you're on some sort of you're part of the crew of some ship. So you're sleeping in the bunk beds. It's very uncomfortable, and so. This is very crafty of Disney because they're like, look, what we'll do is we'll give them the experience of being on a cruise ship, Starcruiser rather, as a possible member of the Federation or the Republic or whatever, or the Empire even. And we'll charge them an incredible amount of money just so they can sleep in a smaller bed, and we'll save space for the other sites and other stuff we've set up. Take a look at some of the stuff they've set up here, all those consoles.
That is the bridge.
Yeah, it's the bridge. All that, which looks pretty awesome. And this is an animated, a drawn version of it that they want to show here. You see the Empire Guard yelling at people. So this is just fascinating stuff. So they've conserved space in order to make the experience one that you can be a little more interactive with and walk around and enjoy. But in the meantime, you got to sleep in a bunk bed, which most people haven't done since they were 10 years old. So a very interesting situation for sure.
Yes.
Make people pay a lot of money just to shove them into holes here until they come
Yep.
out and enjoy themselves. So I don't know.
Yeah.
It seems to me like it would lead to some anger and some frustration, but then again,
Yeah.
it's only 2 nights. So
Yeah.
you're in and you're out.
It's only 2 nights, and you're not meant to stay in your room the whole time.
Yeah.
You're meant to be out of the room and doing activities and storylines. So, but there's also some fine prints. The admission tickets does allow you to enter Disney's, because this is only in Florida, so you're allowed to enter Disney's Hollywood studio for 1 day on day 2, which they take you there. So kind of look at that as the equivalent to a cruise ship's like offshore excursion. So think of it that way. And then it does include 2 breakfasts, 2 lunches, 2 dinner meals per guest. Gratuity is included already for those.
Oh, good.
1 quick service meal, including 1 entree and either 1 non-alcoholic beverage, or if 21 and over, 1 alcoholic beverage. Oh, okay. And then combo meals for the kids. So that is all included. So for the price, I don't know. I've been trying to, like, in my brain, being, you and I being big Star Wars fans, could we shell out, let's just say, like, we go with our significant others, would we shell out $4,800 for this experience, right? So I was like, let me watch Peter and Ketra's video and see what activities they have, and just indeed how immersive it is, because that's kind of what sold me, the concept of it being immersive, and you have a storyline to kind of follow, and everybody's experience is supposed to be unique and different. That's kind of like, if it's done well, it could be worth it. Some of the aesthetics of this hotel that they've leaked, for example, the bridge, like the picture you have looks great, right? Mm-hmm. And then they show the actual thing, and I'm like, this doesn't even look Star Wars. This looks freaking like 80s.
Yeah.
Giant computers built into, like, what is this? It's essentially what they're playing there is like a giant video game.
It's asteroids. That's what it is. It's Galaga or Galaga, however you want to say it.
Rocha, you can buy a Quest or whatever Meta, like the VR headset.
The VR one. Okay.
You can just do that at home. You can save yourself $4,000.
Yeah,
right?
You could. You play lightsabers right there at the house.
Yeah.
That's right. That's a great point. Speaking of which, I haven't used mine in a month.
Oh my gosh, you need to turn it up.
Look at this. I mean, look at this.
That's the atrium.
Massive. Yeah, look at the size of that thing. It's pretty incredible.
Yeah.
What you're able to walk around. So certainly an immersive experience, if nothing else. And I don't know how Wendy Lee didn't get invited to go be a part of this, because I saw some people got invited to be.
We're not a Star Wars specific channel. That's why.
I mean, I guess, but here's some love to Peter and Ketra and their thumbnail for their a review. So if you want to go and watch
Peter and Ketra,
I mean, and look, Peter started this account maybe a year ago or something for him.
Before the pandemic hit.
Yeah, before the pandemic. So they could go and kind of explore these places. So I guess, it was a smart move, especially because they're really into this stuff. It's a very much branded channel that deals with just that. So if you want to go and see their video and explore all the things that they explore within, as Wendy keeps mentioning, you can do so over there. But pretty incredible stuff here, Wendy, in terms of the look and the immersive experience. When I was watching the video, I mean, aside from the 3 people who are just like, this is incredible, we get to do it, which is, of course, look, it's their job to pitch it, and I get it. I'm not going to criticize. And but when we know people who've worked at events or worked in planning these events, and they really do take it seriously. They really do kind of enjoy creating these experiences and seeing how people react to them. But the other part of this situation is, you're right, the price is just so insane for this. Who is this for? Is this a separation of, the haves from the have-nots in a way in this experience? But and another thought that occurred to me was, if I am Universal Studios and I'm watching this video, I can do this for the Harry Potter situation. Like I mean, imagine creating a VR Quidditch game where you're actually on a broom and going around and you have the VR on. It would be incredible. So this is, if I'm Universal Studios, I'm looking at this video, I'm going, we need to find money to create an experience like this where people feel like they are actually at Hogwarts. They're actually experiencing Hogwarts. I remember the 3D ride we had at the park in California, and that was an issue because people were getting sick or whatever. But that was one of my favorite things to ride ever. I mean, I remember one time I spent an afternoon riding it 5 times back to back
Oh
to
my
back
gosh.
because it's so immersive. I love the 3D aspect of it all. So this, although this is Disney money, so they got a lot of money to create stuff like this.
Yes.
I'm hoping this Universal and other parks kind of look at this as the next level in immersive entertainment at a theme park for people who like to go and enjoy escaping into this, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Well said. Like if they could build it out and
Mm,
say like we'll borrow the concept from Disney, right? Like the guests
sure.
pull up, they park, and then they enter what it's the entryway of essentially the castle.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
And then like and then you can go around doing spells, you can participate in dark arts class,
Exactly.
make potions, botany, uh whatever else. Like that would be really cool.
Yeah.
Let's see. Amblin Soul said, what is immersive? So I wanted to talk about this because that's kind of what I
Mm,
wanted to see, and I'm glad that Peter and Kitra were very detailed in just part 1 of their coverage, because they cover food and all that stuff. And again,
yeah.
just look up Ordinary Adventures on YouTube and you can find it. But what's immersive is you have a storyline, so you're given a data pad which kind of looks like a phone, but I
Oh, okay.
believe Disney gives it to you. But it's similar to if you've gone to Galaxy's Edge on both East or West Coast.
Hmm.
If you go to Play Disney or Play something like that, you can actually, when you're in Galaxy's Edge, you can actually pull it up, and it has
Oh,
data
wow.
pads, and there's things that you can scan on the walls of Batu,
Okay.
and you can. Oh, I just pulled up the wrong one. I was going to show it to you guys.
Oh,
There we go. But in any case, so once you're in the hotel, you're checked in, you're given this wristband. It looks like kind of like the Magic Band, but it's Halcyon specific, which is the name of the cruise ship. And you kind
okay.
of tap to get into your room. You kind of tap to activate certain things.
Oh, wow.
But so you were mentioning, John, that like they kind of made the rooms a little bit more compact because they
Yeah.
wanted to build out the rest of the space for this immersive experience. And that's what I saw in Peter and Kitra's video, because in their data pad, they were able to speak to exactly that is it. They can speak to certain people. You have your schedule on there, and you get communications under comms, and you're getting it from whether it's a resistance spy, from the First Order, from the Jedi Order, and there's one more option. And you follow the storyline. So when you go up to cast members that are in makeup, and or just a regular cast member that's checking you in, they are all aware of your storyline.
Oh, my God.
So Kitra did this thing where he's kind of like he was talking to just one of the I don't know, I don't think she's the captain, but I think she's the cruise director,
Mhm.
right? But I think she may be a part of the resistance as well, because
Wow.
she was like, well, nice to meet you, and then she says her name, and he kind of made the connection, and she picked it up on it, and she says, well, what's your name? He goes, I'm Peter. And she's like, well, Peter, and it's nice to meet you, and I hope you have a great time. Come and find me whenever you want to talk to me. And she walks right past him, and she subtly over the shoulders, you might want to check your data pad for some more communication from the resistance,
Oh,
as she walks away. Now sorry, my dog is barking.
that's all right.
That is the kind of immersion that I am looking for, that role play aspect of it.
Right. Wow. And here's the thing I'm going to bring up here. Apparently, they have entertainment, and they have, like stuff that you would see in Star Wars in terms of performances, singers, and people in costumes. Wendy, you and I know there are people who really, really enjoy being these characters in these theme parks. And look at that. That's kind of an
There
experience
she
that you
is,
can have.
the
Yeah.
performer.
Look at that. The Twilight there singing and dancing, and you get their hats and everything. It's fat. It looks like a young Emma Stone there on the right, but it's fascinating.
She switched sides. She's like, I don't want to be a wizard or witch anymore.
But I mean, it's so fascinating to watch this stuff and what they're able to create. So you go, okay, it's $6,000. That's a lot of money, or $4,000. And I get it. It's real cool to say, hey man, I wouldn't spend that. And I get it. But if you had it, you would. If you had it, you would. And the reason they make it so immersive is to encourage you to spend the money. That's their job. If they're gonna put it at a certain price point, you there's an expectation you have, so they want to meet those expectations by giving you as immersive an experience as possible. And immersive meaning interactive, and you feel like you are part of the entire, and nobody breaks character. Nobody has the occasional offhand wink or whatever. No, they're trained, especially Disney. They are
in
trained to stay
character.
in character. Yeah, because no matter what, they're trained to stay in character. So that you can be forgiven for getting carried away with it and getting
Yes.
caught up in it. That's really important. And the
Yeah.
Florida parks do such a great job of that. Because I remember in the Harry Potter land when I visited, you can't
Oh,
see the other buildings. All you see is the Harry Potter buildings. So you
yeah.
can convince yourself that you are actually in the Hogwarts area and Hogsmeade and all those Diagon Alley, all of it. It
Hmm.
feels authentic and immersive, and I think that's so important if you're going to charge that kind of money.
Yeah. If I'm gonna be there and spend that kind of money, I better have a great freaking time.
Yeah, yeah,
There was one thing Peter said that they when they were at the atrium and a lot of the characters were out.
yeah.
And he said it felt a little chaotic, and he felt like he
Oh,
wasn't he had the it wasn't just FOMO, he felt like he was missing out because so many other things were happening and you
yeah.
can't just be everywhere at once. So that's also something to take into consideration as
Yeah,
well.
that's fair. That's fair. I like this. Emily Soul saying, so they have Twilight Slade performers on stage. Okay, they're not. They're not slave performers. They're performing. They're
She's
performing.
kind of like Palava Laguna from Fifth
Yeah.
Element. Like she comes in with her luggages too. Like they kind of make a big
Oh,
deal about bringing her packages in
really? Oh,
for
that's
some
see,
reason.
there you
And I
go.
mean, it's like
Immersive.
3 cartfuls of them. So immediately it's kind of like, what does she have in those cases? They can't all be costume and makeup,
Right.
right?
Right.
Yeah. So
That's a good
there's
point. That's a
yeah,
good
there's
point.
some storylines there, and the story doesn't stop.
Right.
Things could happen while you're eating, and they come up to you while you're eating. So it's happening at all times. So that's kind of what makes me want to spend the money, but it's also
Yeah.
like it's almost 5 grand.
You can buy 2 good MacBook Pros, 2 good iMac
Yep.
for what you spend 2 nights. But look,
Yes.
the characters, I mean, look, she looks so much like Ray.
Wow.
It's incredible, and
Yeah.
that's what you wanna see, is that kind of attention to detail, both in the costuming, in the overall look of it all. Look at the screen on there, look at the way the panels are built. All of it feels very authentically Star Wars, and, what an incredible thing Disney has done, taken this property, taken this franchise, and really kind of pushed out so many things for people to enjoy, whether it's books, comic books, the movies for some people, the TV shows, and now this kind of immersive experience and the parks, Galaxy's Edge. All of it just really incredible what they've been able to do with this IP. I mean, Lucas wasn't doing anything like this with that IP, and so
Right.
Disney really seeing the money making potential. And as the world gets crazier and crazier, Wendy, certainly this week has been one hell of a crazy week the last couple of days.
Yep.
People want to disappear into stuff like this. People want to escape into stuff like this. Sometimes a movie isn't enough. Going there, at least for 2 or 3 days, to immerse yourself in that world can be
Mhm.
a little bit of a psychological kind of breather. So, and I wonder if are there yearly annual pass to get into this kind of thing, or like that's like $200,000 or something, or is it only going per trip? Can you only pay per trip? I wonder.
For the specifically for the Galactic
Yeah,
Starcruiser,
per
yeah, you
cruise.
have to pay it. I don't even know if you get a discount if you have a season pass.
Probably not. Probably not.
I don't know.
No.
I'm gonna say no, but I'm not sure.
AZ Badfish saying, I must be living my life wrong. No way in hell would I ever have 5K for something like that. I got $50 in the bank right now. Last month I left my ass. Well, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Well, they're trying to inspire you to aspire to achieve more money so you can spend it on this situation. So for those who are
Yes.
Star Wars fans, maybe it will inspire them. You never know. You never know.
Yeah.
We shall see. Someone
Yeah.
said bring the
Well,
Hudson there.
now that'd be a different kind of story. Yeah.
See
The
that?
First Order also does make an appearance.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
They kind of, I don't want to say hijack, but they're uninvited and they're
Mm,
like, well, we're gonna stay anyways because this looks suspicious. And
yeah.
the actor who plays like the First Order lieutenant, I mean, what a dream. He gets
Yeah.
to be mean,
Yes.
he gets to be cocky. First Order,
Ugh, yeah.
pristine, like official, like very rigid and pressed costume.
Right. Right.
And his vibe was just like he was just freaking sarcastic, and he had an interaction with Peter where he kept on walking towards Peter, so Peter kept on having to like back up, and Peter's like, why do you keep walking? He goes, well, why do you keep walking away from me? And I was like, oh.
Ooh, easy Star Wars,
Easy
easy,
Star Wars.
easy. It's
Hold on
2022.
there. It was great. It was great.
I like this drug comparison. Unless you want to meet Florida Man, I think he's in phase 4. That's phase 4. The Florida Man
The
down there.
Florida
So
man.
we shall see. All right. Well, we spent 25 minutes on
Yes.
that. So
Sorry, guys.
no, it's a great story. Let's move on to our next story here. But ladies and gentlemen, remember the Streamlabs are open and send in some bits if you want some questions, thoughts, and comments brought onto the screen for us to talk
I think we
about.
missed. Did we miss one?
Do we miss a bits? Sorry about that.
Maybe
A cheers.
for
Did we
on
miss
fiction. It was
Oh.
cheered one bit. Like maybe we can make coupons Red Jurassic quote here there. Oh, a Jurassic Park park.
Oh my God. Say goodnight. That would
And
be great.
you can't really get hurt because dinosaurs are indeed
Yeah.
extinct. So you're not in danger of like an animatronic coming at you unless Skynet takes over.
Oh my. Oh my.
Oh my.
All right, so let's talk about some let's move on for the Starcruiser for now and
Yes.
move into some TIFF stuff. What do we got for TIFF?
It looks like TIFF in 2022 will return to in-person this fall. So last year and the year before, they were forced to go virtual because of the state of the pandemic. But this year, it looks like September 8th through September 18th, returning from its virtual setup. So it can be in person again. You can fly into Toronto. You can walk down King Street and you can go see all the movies and experience Toronto during TIFF. So this is really exciting. There's also another film festival, Sundance, very well-known one, also planning to return in person as well. So let's see, when they announce things like this, I obviously get very excited. I took myself to TIFF in 2018.
Yes, you did. Yeah, I remember
And
that.
it was a birthday present to myself because it fell on September 7th, which was my birthday. And I just had a fantastic time. I traveled with HCA members and chairpersons, Ashley and Scott Menzel, and we like Airbnb'd it up, and it was a great time because he also like did my schedule for me. He's like, here are the films that you're watching. I was like, great, because I didn't know how to do any of it myself, so I was happy that he did like a spreadsheet for me. So I was really bummed that obviously 2020 they didn't have an in-person one. 2021 also wasn't ideal, but this year, with vaccination rate and everything going up, cases looks like it's plateauing and or coming down, which hopefully that will be continuing the trend of the cases lowering. Then hopefully they really can have this in person. Like I kind of take things at face value nowadays. Like we're gonna do this in person, great. But if like it blows up and there's like a crazy outbreak again, they're probably gonna say no, we can't do it again because no talent's going to show up.
Right.
For any of the premieres. But if they do this, I think I would go. And John, if you are available and you're able to get approved, if we're both able to get approved, I think we should totally do it.
I think it's not a bad idea, actually.
Have you gone?
No, I've never been to TIFF, and I kicked myself in the butt last year because I really wanted to go, and they had these programs set up for reviewers of color to have like a mentor situation, to have like these programs set up to help you like plan your trip to there and then how to watch the movie. So I've never experienced it. I think it would be fun to experience. I need to get on it. So I will see if when they're taking submissions, hopefully it's not over and I can take, now that they've announced that it's going to be in person, I will submit and see if I can get approved for that. Cause I missed the Sundance cutoff, which kind of infuriated me, even though people didn't seem to like a lot of the movies that were at Sundance. It seems the TIFF though has a really good track record of showcasing some damn good movies that make noise later on in the year. So I certainly want to see if I can get up in there and see if I can have some fun with them for sure.
Yeah, I don't remember how to register for it, but I believe we will get an email.
Oh, okay.
So like I got invited in 2017.
Right.
Like TIFF just like dropped an like a email in my inbox like, would you like to come? I'm like, yeah. And then but then it was so last minute because I think I found out like weeks before and I was like, oh, I can't go, I don't have the money to do it. So they reached out again next year, and I was like, absolutely, I am ready. I had just filmed a commercial and then paid money, and I was like, I will take some of that
nice.
money
Yeah.
to put it towards like flight and room and board and all that stuff.
All right. There you go. You heard it first. Maybe we'll do a live John and Wendy show from TIFF if we both get.
We'll just share Airbnb together.
That's fair. That's totally fair. I like it. All right.
That'd be fun.
Oh yeah, let's make it happen. So there you go.
Make it happen.
We've put it into the universe, and we'll see if we can make it happen for sure.
We did a Simu.
That's right. Or Tom Holland is Robert Pattinson.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, Royco will crash. Nope, Royco cannot crash. No, we're not taking care of the old man. Let's see here. All right, so let's keep going. Ladies and gentlemen, please don't forget Streamlabs are available. So send us some support as we go along through the show. And you got any cheers or bits you want to send in to say thank you for us doing the show, or any questions or comments you got, send them in. So let's jump into our next thing. It's this Pachinko trailer. Am I right here, Wendy? Is that next for us?
Yeah, Pachinko trailer. It just came out. It basically showcases an emotional journey through the 4 generations of an uprooted family. And it is a series. It is not a film, and it is coming to Apple TV Plus next month. This, I believe, is a adaptation of the novel of the same name, and it's by it's Korean American author I'm gonna look it up. Minjin Lee, or Minjin Yi, as how you would properly pronounce it.
Okay.
So I like that it kind of details through the 4 different generations, and I am, for it to be like K-drama, or Korean content and based on the book, I imagined it would be pretty epic and pretty emotional, but I wasn't prepared for the feels.
Yeah.
I really was going to tune in because one of my favorite Korean drama actors is in it, and that was one of the whole reason why. Lee Min-ho is the name, and if you've watched a lot of K-drama back in the days, he got me into Boys Over Flowers and City Hunter, and he's most recently in The King Eternal Monarch, which is a really fantastic one as well because it deals with time travel and parallel universes.
Okay.
So that's pretty cool. But yeah, so this is, I am keeping an eye on this one for sure, just because I think people sleep on, there he is, Lee Min-ho, right there. That's the man. I think Apple TV Plus have a lot of really fantastic TV shows and programs that sometimes people don't pay attention to because it is a Netflix, so it's not like on everybody's lips, but the quality of content that they have is really, really good. Like I am right now obsessed with Severance. Episode 3 is out today. Dude, it's so good. So Pachinko, I'm hoping that they do a good job adapting from the book to TV.
Yeah, it looks fantastic, and you're so right to highlight Apple TV Plus because people don't talk about it enough. I mean, need I mention Ted Lasso, which is the big breakout series from Apple TV Plus, but they have so much from the scripted content to the nonfiction content to the documentaries. There's so much on there. Velvet Underground, the 1971 documentary. Then then you had amazing stories. You had some nice animation stuff that's rolled through there as well. Talk about Severance. That's burning things up right now. But the after party is incredibly funny. If you're not watching the after party, that is fantastic on there. Orphan is a great show that people really enjoy as well. And so there's so much on there to enjoy. And Coda, need I mention Coda, which is nominated for Best Picture. So, I mean, they're slowly but surely, their content is really blowing. And Morning Show, people love that Morning Show as well. So there's so much there to enjoy in Apple TV. And now, finally, as we've seen Netflix kind of do, they're starting to expand out to Asian content, to more of the stuff that's out there for them to bring in and just slap their label on as a kind of approval and put it out there for people to enjoy, because this has already come out right in Korea. So this is about having access for people to have access to it that are not necessarily VPN users.
Right.
But I also think it speaks volumes, Wendy, about how the Korean content is now starting to become something that a lot of the mainstream streamers or mainstream companies are looking at as a new possible revenue source for them.
Yeah. Absolutely. What I hope is that people will take it and they will appreciate the culture and not and not one of the things that it's kind of becoming a little bit of a problem for visitors going specifically to like South Korea to visit is because they'll get wrapped up in the K-drama and the
Mm,
fantastical, unrealistic side of it. And kind of want to go to Korea to find their I don't know, like fairy tale ending or something like
yeah,
that. And but then they go to the country and they don't have respect for the country and
yeah.
its culture, and they're loud and they're like, TikToking in the middle of the street, where it's kind of like that's really frowned upon
Mhm.
in Korea's culture. So if you're gonna look, I think it's great to appreciate culture and
Sure.
to love it so much that you want to visit. I think you absolutely should, because it's really, really great to be immersed in any
Yeah.
other culture. Like if I had the money to just freely travel anywhere I want, I would do it.
Right.
Maybe not right now, but I would. I would do it. But you want to
Yeah.
study up before you go, and just know that you are guesting in someone else's country,
Right.
is equivalent to like guesting in someone else's home. So like
Yeah.
bring your manner, have fun, but bring your manner.
Mhm.
And be understanding. So going back to Pachinko,
Yeah.
just to let you guys know a little bit more about the story, it centers around a woman named Sunja, or Sunja, and the story goes from the moment her parents came together to when all the way to she is an older woman in Japan. And the older version of Sunja is
Mhm.
played by the same amazing actress
Mhm.
that was in, I believe, Minari.
Yeah.
Yes.
She
Yeah.
won the best supporting actress
Oh,
Oscar.
she
Yeah.
is incredible. She's been doing this a long time, so like I'm not surprised that she's a part of this. But that's like, two amazing people that I can't wait to watch
Yeah.
perform the hell out of this series. So they're using basically Korea's political background, and the narrative reflects on the challenges each generation has to face.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and it journeys her from birth to old age, and it reflects on her choices and basically how those choices shape the destination of her family. So
Yeah.
it's going to be really interesting to see. And it's a multicultural production. So languages spoken will be, yes, Korean, but
Mhm.
also Japanese and English.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, because we see Jimmy Simpson in the trailer there.
Mhm.
So that's curious to see what his role is going to be in this. But also, the thing about these stories, they can be so universal, right? The idea for the if you've come from a foreign country, some of my parents coming from a foreign country, this idea of okay, working hard for your next generation and the next generation. Well, does the next generation appreciate what you did for them to be able to do what they're doing? And it seems like as we're jumping, she's still alive as we jump into the story in the 1980s. And so, what conversations is she having? And we see in the trailer a couple of conversations about, well, do you ever think about the other choices you could have made? Do you ever think about where your life could have gone? So, it could be. I have no idea what the show is about, other than what we talked about here. I haven't seen an episode, so could this be a show that's kind of like sliding doors, where it's like, oh, you explore the other possible storylines that could have happened, the other ways it could have gone, rather than just focusing on the storyline that you're currently living in. So I wonder
Mhm.
if that's something they open the door to. I don't know. But either way, it's a fantastic cast. And certainly there's some universal themes here about finding your voice, about finding your power, about your legacy to family, all of that, because even you have that word or that line in the trailer was like, the people, we don't have to worry about things like the way they did, people from that generation, or we don't have to we don't have to live in the shadow of our people. So there are people who want to break away from that heritage, break away from
Mhm.
that beginning. So it's going to be interesting to see it all explored here in this show for sure when we finally get it on Apple TV. I think in March. I think it's coming in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm excited tuning in.
definitely. Okay, well, let's see. We got no bits or no Streamlabs yet, so let's move on to our next subject here. Wendy, what do we got?
Let's talk a little bit about the 28th annual SAG Awards. So it
Yeah.
looks like we are set to have any Hamilton fans out there. Get ready. You will want to tune in, and we'll tell you how you can do exactly that. So
Yeah.
we will have, for this award show, Lin-Manuel Miranda. We will have
Yes.
Debbie Diggs, and we will have Leslie Odom Jr., who is going to open the ceremony together.
Hmm.
That is the show, like show-stopping opening number that I want to see. All three uber talented people, obviously all in the original Broadway cast of Hamilton.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know exactly if they are performing like, you know, um, a song from Hamilton or something
Mhm.
original that Lin-Manuel Miranda and the three of them have put together, which is
Yeah.
something I would like to see, because we've seen Hamilton's great, but
Yeah.
we've seen it. The movie is out on Disney Plus. It's still touring, I believe.
Yeah.
So like we've seen it and they've done it, right? But they're so talented that I would love to see them do something original. But again,
Mhm.
if they don't, I'm not going to be mad. I'm going to watch it anyways. So let's see. This year, though, we will actually get a televised version of it,
Yeah.
not live, but it will be broadcasted on HBO Max the day after the awards.
Yeah.
So I don't think SAG Awards typically broadcast their ceremony. I think moments of it are maybe tweeted out for their
Well, no,
socials,
they
right?
do. I mean, yeah, on TNT, they used to do it live on TNT.
Yes. Yes, that's
Yeah,
right.
because I used to work the SAG Awards for like 10 years. I was a talent spotter in the truck there. Like,
What does that mean?
I would just sit there. I would go on the day of the show. I had a list. I was given a list of the actors that were going to be showing up and what have you, and then was given a secondary list. Is here's the actors we want to focus on finding and whatever. So I would sit there or stand there in front of 4 to 6 cameras and
Mhm.
point out the actors as they were appearing on the red carpet for another person to write down the time code, and then the editor would edit on the fly, would find the camera.
Oh,
So, and the director, Debbie, who was just an incredible lady, she would coordinate everything. So she was there picking, okay, we need to find this person. We need to find this person. So I'm just like, I would be like hunting. So because I'm so good at faces and so good at putting names to the faces, my friend Sarah, who's one of the producers on the show, and one of the production people on the show, she suggested me to them. And for 10 years, it was a nice, it was a nice check for 2 hours of work because I would just show up, do that, get in my car, drive home, and watch the awards from my house. So it was a pretty cool a gig to get for real, and it was fun.
wow.
And it was
I
fun.
love that.
Great, yeah, it was a lot of fun. So, and
That's awesome.
that's the thing at the end of the day. Like that's kind of what made me good at the Schmodown as well, as being able to think of faces and names and put them together in my head. So,
Oh, it's your
yeah.
specialty.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I love that. Are you looking forward to the SAG Awards this year?
Yeah, because last year was kind of weird and wonky. So this year, I'm looking forward to watching them. I'm a little upset that Rachel Zegler wasn't nominated, but a lot of the new actors weren't nominated in their respective categories. So it's the way it goes. Ariana DeBose was nominated though, so I expect her to
Yes.
kind of take
They
that.
better recognize that talent.
Exactly. So yeah, I want to see what they do. And my friend John Brockett is now the producer, one of the main producers on the show. And John's worked his way up the chain. So now him being in charge or part of the group in charge excites me to see what we're going to get here in the show as well. It's one of the sad things I can't work it anymore, but it's you got to move on in life, for God's sake.
Yes, but you got to experience it, and I think that's
totally.
what matters.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely.
That wasn't no damn seat filler. Kiss my ass there. All right.
What just happened?
Please don't waste my time with that nonsense. Anyway, yeah. So I mean, but I love the fact that they're all coming together. That's going to be a lot of fun with David and Lin-Manuel and Leslie, and doing what they do best, which is on a stage going live. Wendy doing their thing. So I'm looking forward to it, to seeing how it's going to go down and what it looks like for sure.
Yeah.
And if there are any
Probably
surprises,
more organized than the Oscars.
well, they kept all the categories, so
Anyways,
yeah.
Moving on.
Let's move on to our next section here in the world, and that is
I love that.
Good.
What's trending?
So we're jumping into some stuff here. Wendy, we got some K-pop news, don't we? What do we got?
Oh, BTS fans and Laura Siricool, buckle up, get ready. I feel like Laura's already lighting her good luck candles and praying. BTS has announced a 4-night Las Vegas residency for April of this year. So they were just here. They traveled all the way from Seoul. They did, like a 4-night concert that was sold out within minutes. The boys are super popular, obviously, very successful, put on a great show. And it looked like they were also very happy to be back on that stage doing what they love to do. So, they did their thing. They needed a break, obviously, because it was hard. Concert's hard work. So went back to South Korea, had their little rest, probably much needed. Also, a couple of the members did come down with COVID, as could happen when you travel and you're a little bit under the weather because you're putting your body through so much, through doing those concerts and traveling. But they're all better. Everybody is doing great and in good health, and they are set to return with a 4-night residency in Vegas. And this is going to be at the Allegiant
Stadium. Yeah.
Allegiant Stadium in Vegas, Nevada. Have you been to that stadium? Because I have not.
It's new. They built it for the Raiders. So yeah, it's very new. The stadium's
LA Raiders?
The Las Vegas Raiders. They're now in Las Vegas. Yeah, the Raiders
How
are
much
now
I know about sports.
The last 2 years they've been in Las Vegas. And so yeah, Allegiant Stadium is one of those state-of-the-art new stadiums that gets nothing but love from everybody who goes and visits there. There's not a bad seat in the house. You can see everything. So man, 65,000 people. My God, if they can sell out, that's like almost 300,000 people going to see
not
that.
If they will. These tickets, 65,000 for a day, it's going to sell out. I give it 6 minutes. I give it 6 minutes.
That's incredible. So
I'm not even going to try.
Yeah. And I think it's an open air stadium, I think. So
that's good.
I think
kind of like a SoFi stadium.
Yeah, kind of like SoFi a little bit. Like I think they do have a retractable roof, but they're mostly open. So we'll see what they do in terms of choreographing and staging this particular concert. Because I imagine it's different because it's a different stadium than the show you got in LA. I imagine they'll have different pieces, different stuff going on there for their residency. But more power to them, Wendy. My God, they're storming the world. They're storming the world.
These guys, they're kind of like The Rock, how they don't know what the word rest truly means. They're like, we rested 2 weeks, we're fine, let's go back to work.
Yeah. It's madness.
But I think they've missed Army, and I think they know that Army missed them. And hopefully the people who weren't able to go to the 4 nights in LA are able to snag a ticket. I'll try. I'll probably try, but I don't expect anything.
You got to go. There's a limit of. You got to cover it as press.
Maybe I could. I got to reach out to somebody and be like, look, we do a thing called K-pop Corner. Come on. Shoot
that tree. Get in there, man.
Yeah.
Do it live. I'm here live at the BTS concert here, John. As you can see behind me, the boys are about to go on. I just would like to see that. That would be the greatest thing ever.
Dude, can you imagine if I ever get like the chance to interview? That's the dream, to like interview one of my favorite pop groups. There's so many of them. So if I get any of them, I'd be happy.
Yeah.
But I'd be like, what do I say? I wouldn't even have time to fangirl because I would need to, actually do the interview.
Yeah, exactly.
Just sit there and stare at their faces like.
So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
And we'll find out if they sell out quickly or not.
Yes.
And they probably will. All right. TikTok. What do you got, Wendy?
So TikTok recently had a little update. If you guys use TikTok, you will, and you kind of, see certain things a lot of times. For me, and everybody's algorithm is different, but for me, there's a lot of like skincare stuff that I like looking at, or sometimes like tech buys, or like tips on how to use Canva to create certain like social media things, or for video. So I just, you can save the video, but it's just kind of all over the place. So if you're trying to look for a video that you saved 4 months ago, it's buried under all these other ones, and there's no organization to it. So for anybody who currently uses TikTok and have a lot of saved videos, rejoice, because they now give you the option to go to your saved video, to your collection, and you can name different collections. So I have started my own category of so many things. I'm so happy. I'm going to actually bring it up so I can show you guys.
Okay.
Whoa. So you can now go to your, I don't know if everybody can see. Yeah. You can go to your favorites. So we have I categorize yummy snacks, I think hair tips, food spots, or Disney foods, food spots, and recipe.
Oh, wow.
That's the kind of stuff that I read. It's a lot of food content. I'm on Food Talk a lot. So you can now do that on your TikTok. So I just thought it'd be fun because sometimes TikTok is kind of what we talked about in ways of how to find topics and trending.
Yeah.
So that I thought was a fun little tidbit to a little tip for you guys who uses
TikTok
it.
is addictive, man. I mean, I'm not
Isn't it?
I'm not the first person to say this, obviously, but like I have been real slow in opening the door to TikTok. And I know that I have to be very careful because I mean the other day I lost an hour and a half. I had no idea. I was there on the couch and I'm just like cycling through. And next thing you know, it was 11:30 in the morning. I'm like, what the just happened? And it's because I went into this hole for about 30 minutes of these scare videos. Have you ever seen these scare videos on TikTok? They're like a minute to 2 minutes long. These people pull these pranks on people to scare the living shit out of them. And one of them they had was on an elevator. They have
Mhm.
the elevator kind of the power go out on the elevator and it stop. And they pull and then the dark and the lights go out. And this poor person is on the elevator and then they quietly pull the steel panel out, and in comes like Samara from The Ring,
No.
and then the lights come back on, and the people are screaming. I saw this poor young Latina chick just staring into the buttons, crying and screaming, and they would do it more than once. Like they did it more than once on the same
To the
elevator
same
ride,
person?
for the same person on the same elevator ride.
The
They would let it
emotional damage.
yeah, I mean, I don't know how people get away with this and not get sued because then the lights would come back on and you'd see Samara, but then the lights would go back out and then Samara would disappear and then go down a couple more floors and then the lights would all go out again and again Samara would appear. So people were just going insane. I mean, I've seen ones where they leave they push the gurney in and the dead body starts to get out of the. I mean, it's the stuff
No.
some of my favorite ones though are when the Velociraptor comes around the corner in a parking garage and people just freak the fuck out and start running. So I wish I could show some of them, but I don't want to get in any kind of trouble. But this is
Yeah.
insane what people do to. So I lost because I love those scare ones. Like I love them, and God forgive me, because of those poor people. But like because I would lose my mind if someone tried to do that to me. I would lose my mind. So watching
Exactly.
people, yeah, it's funny. It's super funny. So.
I have a weird thing with elevators.
Yeah.
If I'm by myself, I'm in an old elevator by myself.
Oh yeah, right.
I can't. And it's not claustrophobia because I don't have I don't
Okay.
have that. But this happened because okay, do you know it's a Korean horror film and then they remade it later with Jessica Alba. It's a movie called The Eye or The Eye.
Oh yes, The Eye. I remember The Eye. Yes.
Yeah. So there is a scene in didn't watch the remake because I don't ever think it's as good, so I never
Right.
wasted my time on that. But in the original, she is in the hospital and she goes into the elevator to leave, and this is after she's gotten her eye replacement. So she's in the elevator, and there's this old man who comes in. He's a ghost or a spirit, and he makes that weird sound with his throat.
Oh.
And he just stands there I can't. After that, I was like, you know what? I'm done. I don't want to be in elevators by myself. Anything that's small and creepy AF. I will, if it's on the 12th floor, I will walk 12 flights of stairs. I will never be in it by myself.
Okay, fair enough.
So I can't imagine getting that. Are you playing it? If you show it to them without sound, I think it's okay.
I think I'm okay to get away with that, right?
Yeah, if you show it without sound,
or
if you turn it on for like 30 seconds, I think
this is one this is one that kind of freaked me out too. Like this one here, right? So the elevator, you're just waiting, and then this.
Oh, no, what the heck? No, how do you move like that?
I don't know, but look, I mean, this is the kind
of nope.
Okay, and this wasn't even like what I saw. I mean, like what I saw was 10 times worse than that because they're in the actual elevator. So I mean, so there's nowhere to go. It's insane. It's insane. So
I would either be pounding on, try to pry the door open, or trying to confirm whether this was an actor or not before I decide to attack it.
That's true.
Tell me you're a real person because I'm gonna do this to defend myself. If you don't answer, then I'm gonna do it.
It's the best. Oh
my gosh. Speaking of elevator pranks, and I know we're running short on time here.
Yes.
But there's this I don't know if it's Japanese or Korean, one of those variety shows, and they have a oh gosh.
Sorry. Yes, go ahead.
There's a segment where on the variety show where it's kind of like an elevator thing, and it's a scare, but there's no monsters or creatures or samaras coming out at you.
Right.
So there's a guy who I guess is like the person who calls the elevator, and then you kind of, he gestures you to go in.
Right.
And then so usually it's only one person, single lady, walks into the elevator, and as she walks all the way in, the floor of the elevator trap door opens like this, and she just falls through.
Oh
I
my
assuming
God.
down to like, one of those like sponge cube pads.
Right.
Where you're not hurt, but there's a camera situated just right as it opens, so you can see their face in slow motion, what they look like as they fall.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, man, that's traumatic. Like, do they know this is gonna happen, or
what
don't know.
do they know, and how do they know it? Yeah, exactly.
But I did see that on TikTok yesterday. Ironic that we're talking about elevator stuff today.
All right, I'm gonna see if I can get away with this one. I'm gonna post.
Okay.
Here we go. So she's okay.
Okay.
So
this is recent. She's masked up.
Wait for it. She's not alone in the elevator. So see, the lights go out like that, right? So
no. Oh,
she's freaking out.
What I would do.
She's wondering what the hell's going on, and then the lights go out again.
Oh my gosh, no. Wait. Oh my God. I would go straight to the panel and I would hit that alarm button. So
see how the person comes in from under? Right. This person doesn't know that this is happening.
Oh God. Oh no. Oh no. Nope. No.
She's just crying.
She looks like the nun.
She screams. And then she screams. So yeah, it's pretty intense shit, man. It's pretty intense.
My God. Wow. Nope. Same.
Oh.
Nope.
Yep, taking the stairs from now on.
Yeah, questionable. All those elevators are questionable.
No, it's just incredible stuff, man. People
no
are
thanks.
Just, yeah. I've seen people like, the kid one is the best. I don't know if you've seen this.
They scare kids?
Oh, no.
They use kids to scare you?
Yes.
That's horrible.
Wait, let me see if I can bring this one up. I know, as you said, I know we're running short on time, but like they have this one here.
Do it.
Kid. So
what? No. No.
She
just stands there with her doll. Oh God, the light's flickering. Oh God. And she's gone that quickly.
The kid's gone. Oh.
How did they manage to do it so fast?
I don't know. Yeah, it's just a little.
I know, but it's so fast.
Yeah, I'm amazing. Oh, here we go.
Oh my God. Well, at least there's another person in the elevator with them.
Yeah. And all credit to @Army LYYY. I don't want to get in any kind of trouble here. So just see the kid just come up through the panel.
And they're too preoccupied to figure out what's happening. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Look at him huddled.
The kid is worse. Having kids scare you is worse.
The kid is fantastic.
They just need to come out and just stand there and whisper "Ring Around the Rosie" song.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
Look at her. She's dead. She's on the ground.
She's never going into an elevator for the rest of her life.
You know this ain't happening in America. There's no way this is happening in America. This is all European stuff. They're not as.
Why can't it happen here? Why did?
The kid comes back.
Oh my God. It's not over until it's over.
And then she screams at them, which is great.
No.
All right. So there we go. I don't want to get in trouble. So.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah. Someone says they would get shot. AZ bad for
No, that's terrible.
Gun violence.
Terrible. I mean,
it's true.
Because in America, someone would sue.
It's so true. Yeah, you got to watch the. I can't do the audio, Mumrasu. Yeah, the audio adds the extra element because they play the creepy music, and then you hear the scream, and they obviously augment the scream in some audio way that it just makes it even more unsettling. So yeah, I lost a whole hour and a half looking at these videos. So,
I mean, that's entertainment right there.
You gotta be careful. Anyway,
real quick before we move on, Thorough Unfiction did donate some bits.
Cool.
Share some bits. Thank you so much. Who writes? This is up a bit. Who writes? Do you think we'll get stunt Oscar ever, like a stunt category?
Good question, Theral. Here's what I was thinking. We were talking about it with the Geek Buddies earlier today, which is out. Our new episode is out now. But we talked about it, and I said that the cutting of these categories is very interesting because they're obviously going to have a ceremony ahead of the actual Oscars where they announce and give out these awards, the Oscars for these categories. Well, if you start to have an hour-long pre-Oscars ceremony that you can watch online, then yes, I see the possibility of adding the stunt category and casting category to the Oscars because it's not on the main telecast, but it's still officially an Oscars category. And maybe that's their way of kind of slowly letting people get used to the idea of having that. So I do think at some point down the road, the voices are going to get loud enough and enough people are going to listen for them to create these categories because it's a crime that there isn't. It's so many great actors use stunts outside of Tom Cruise, use stunt people to make themselves look good. So yeah, they deserve it, for God's sake.
I agree. Hope to see it one day.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, let's skip the analytical coordinator. We're at an hour now. Let's get on out of here. Wendy, what do you got coming soon? Have you seen Turning Red yet?
I haven't. I'm going to the premiere next week, nice. I think.
Nice.
Yeah, next. No.
Are you?
I actually don't even know when I'm going. Never mind. I'm pretty sure it's next week.
Well, our brother in the HCA, Scott Menzel, has apparently already seen Turning Red, so I don't know if he got access to it early, but I'd like to get access to it myself. Marshall, are you listening?
You should probably just check your email. Maybe it's already in your inbox. I don't even know it.
Usually you say that, and I say no, and then I check, and it is there. So I'll have to take a look. But yeah, I hope Marshall sends these because I want to see it as well. Mumra, you had a bit message. Did Mumra have a message as well? Did you send some bits? Where?
Mumra? Oh no, really?
I don't see it, Mumra.
I didn't see it. Sorry, Mum. Oh, cheered. Wait.
Here, let me look on the. Oh, here it is. Do you think a voice acting award or CGI character work a la Thanos/Caesar award should be added to the SAG Awards? Cheers, 25. Yeah, thanks for the 25 cheers. Yeah. Yes, 1,000% it should be added. I would love to see it added. It needs to be added. And there are too many people working in these fields to not open the door. Does it mean there's only 2 nominees some years? Yes, but so what? That's the game. And I think they should absolutely have these options available for people to vote for them. Because we have to, as entertainment is expanding in the different ways and different access to different characters and the technology advances, you have to match that with the awards advances. So this idea of staying stuck in the past makes no sense to me. Make these awards, make them happen so that people can win them. And maybe it'll encourage more movies like this that have the focus on voiceover characters or stop motion people.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree with you. I'm tired of people taking a look at voice acting or mocap acting as less than actual acting. Yeah. You are still acting. You're still putting emotion into that character to bring these words or that character to life. So yeah, 100%. And I'm happy to say that HCA, the Critics Association that John and I are both a part of, do have something similar to this category where we have like best visual effects, like performance or something like that, for more mocap or voice focus. So I like that because I think those actors also need recognition for the hard work that they do. I actually remember this one conversation that it was Perry and I had with Andy Serkis. Mm-hmm. And we were telling him just how much we enjoyed, his previous work. And he kind of, got into, it wasn't like a heated anything. We were just talking. Yeah. And he mentioned that, he'd love to see some recognition for, like an awards category for something like that. And, because he also said, we put in a lot of work for something like this. And it's not that people don't recognize how great they are in their performance, because I think people do, and I think people do realize it's extremely hard work. Right. And you really have to, because I think of mocap in this way, where as an actor, you can get the hair, the makeup, the prosthetic, the costume on, that really makes you feel like you're in it, right? Because some people need that. But I think for mocap, you're literally in a mocap suit, a black tight suit with little capture ball thingies all over you.
Exactly.
So you're lacking that one additional asset, I guess,
Yeah.
to help you fully get into that character. You can't just look in the mirror and be like, I have become. Like
Right.
you have to bring this character to life. So it's a little bit different. So
Yeah.
maybe more mainstream awards can start recognizing that
Absolutely.
category.
And as predicted, there is a link today. Just came across about an hour ago for Turning Red. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Wendy was 100% right. It is actually in my emails. I'm an idiot. So there you go. There you go. Marshall, I take everything back.
Take it back.
I hope you
How
win that
dare you?
award. I love you. I'm sorry.
He
All
deserves
right.
it.
So
Sorry, everybody else.
sorry, y'all. But let's get on out of here. Wendy, anything else that you want to talk about or take a look at? Anything else you recommend?
If you haven't watched Free Guy yet,
Oh, yes.
it's now on Disney Plus. So go ahead and
Yes.
give that a watch. Considering how crazy this world, this time that we are living in, if you're looking for some pure, fun, entertaining piece of Ryan Reynolds and Jodie Comer, or the combination of two of them, go ahead and
Yeah.
watch Free Guy. You will laugh until your belly hurt.
Yeah, and I will say this: the Batman's coming out next week.
Yes,
We're not allowed to say anything.
it's coming. You
But it's
can
coming.
you can watch our reviews dropping probably
Monday
Monday.
Monday morning.
Yes.
Wendy would not let me drop my nonverbal straight out of theater reaction review. So
We were texting for like an hour last night.
we were
I was
texting.
like, I don't know if you should do this.
I mean, I don't say anything, but you never know. They might burn you for that. So I did.
I
I
kind of,
recorded it though.
yeah, I kind of err on the caution side
Yeah,
of it, where I'm
you're
like,
smart.
I don't know.
I am going to drop the out of theater reaction review on Monday at 9 a.m. Then do a regular non-spoiler review later on in the day for sure. So that's kind of my approach for this whole, because there's people going to consume all kinds of Batman content. So get ready for that. And if I can, something that's recommended, Law and Order started back again last night, ladies and gentlemen. Law and Order is back. Sam Waterston and Anthony Anderson from the last series cast coming back here, and a bunch of new faces, but a bunch of faces you've seen before, and different things like Jeffrey Donovan, and Cameron Manheim being a part of this. So I'm curious to see how this new cast works, and so I can recommend it to you all. I'm going to take a look at it. Maybe I'll do a mini review for it on the channel here over the weekend. We shall see. But I'm excited. Law and Order is back, and can't wait to jump into it. We shall see. All right. Oh yeah, and The Boys Animated comes out on March.
All right.
4th. Good call there, Theral. I got those episodes. Need to do a review for that as well. All right, let's get on out of here. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much, Wendy. Another fantastic show. Where can people find you and everything you got going on, please?
You can find me on all the socials at just my name, at Wendy Lee Zaney. You can find me talking about movies and trailers and probably Critical Role on my channel, the Movie Couple channel, and streaming Pokemon Arceus every now and again on Twitch, twitch.tv/Wendy Lee Zaney. And back to you, John.
Oh yeah, and one more thing. Your Legend of Vox Machina, are you done with all the reviews and reactions to that? Is that out there?
Yes, all of it. There's on a playlist. It's in the show, and Dustin and I have been talking. We are going to create some more Critical Role
Nice.
focused content, because we have so many new subscribers from that show, and a lot of more critters. And then I had this idea of doing something that's, it's not so far away from the Vox Machina TV show. And I'm also just like not done talking about it. I still want to talk about it. So we're going to have some new content coming up. We're taking like a little hiatus break this week. Got some auditions that I'm going to self-tapes that I'm going to work on. So usually when, you know how it is, when a self-tape comes in, I'm like, oh, I feel like I'm going to throw up right now. Okay. I'm going to go focus on this for 3 days. Bye. And then I don't do anything else.
There you go. And one last thing I want to say, I've got 2 copies I'm giving away over the weekend here of the House of Gucci, 2 Blu-ray copies. Universal Pictures and MGM sent me 2 copies. All I'm asking you to do it, I'm finding this fascinating. I've had this thing up for 24 hours, and I've had maybe 1 submission, which I'm really surprised at. I'm just asking people to do their best Lady Gaga or Jared Leto impression from the movie, and I will pick 2 winners to send them a free copy, a Blu-ray copy of House of Gucci, which is one of my favorite films of 2021. So DM me on Twitter or Instagram, 5, 10 seconds, 15 seconds of you doing an imitation. And if you win, I will send the video to you free of charge. So just letting you that's going on right now. And I've got 5 the Batman giveaways packages that I'm going to be posting over the weekend for people to submit and win a t-shirt, a backpack, hats, and a couple other things that are involved in it as well. And I'll post pictures of it over the weekend so you guys can submit to try to win it sometime next week. So there you go. All the stuff going on there. What? Follow me at The Rocha Says on Twitter and on Instagram and on TikTok. Yes. And then if you're watching this later on YouTube, subscribe and follow me on Twitch, The Outlaw Nation on Twitch. That's where we do this show live every Friday from 3 p.m. PT on. And if you're watching on Twitch, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Head over to youtube.com/John Rocha says to see all the content we got going on there. New Geek Buddy stuff dropping this weekend. Jedi Way is back with Laura Kelly and I this weekend. So there's a lot happening, and Strong Style as well. All right, that's it. We're out of here. You guys are the best. Love you madly. And we'll talk to you next time with another brand new live episode of the John and Wendy Show. Peace.
Bye.